see how I did with my first round of DMing in Conversation Castle. So, Steve, you're clearly in a hurry. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. Like, you are going through the experience of some of the frustrations that I had with Foundry, which, like, it's a great and complex system, but at the same time, there's so many things that it's just like, oh, wow, this is so versatile that it's burdensome. And so, having to toss you a suggestion here and there, it honestly, one thing that you did that I think is pretty great, you made, from at least what it seems like, if we weren't so crunched on time, but you made a legitimately, like, short adventure as, like, you had a 4-hour adventure in mind, and it really seems like you nailed it, but we haven't gotten to the end. We were doing a lot of role-playing and faffing about in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of getting dragged away early, but so far so good. You're rolling with a lot of the punches. You're not taking a lot of things too seriously, because even with one-shots, there are a lot of GMs who are just like, no, you can't do this because my balance, and it's just like, yeah, no, you want to fucking steal the cash box and loot all the caravans, like, go for it. At the end of this adventure, these characters are disappearing, so
Right,
it's
it's
NPD.
Who gives a
whatever.
shit? Let's go wild.
So
It's
like,
whatever.
yeah,
Right.
you're avoiding a lot of the very normal pitfalls, and the things that a lot of GMs don't expect to have to bump into. You're doing the exact same thing, so it's like on par. So I would say you're doing real well. You put in the time. You made adventure. You have everything more or less plotted out from what I'm seeing. You didn't expect us to mess around in the tavern as much, but like, it's one of those things of, you understand what a generic tavern setting is and know how to roll with that. So it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's pretty understandable. You don't want us in the tavern. You want us to move along. So you're able to give us enough so that it felt not like super railroady, but at the same time, it helps that being an experienced player of Dungeons and Dragons, I know that I can pick up on that cue and be like, okay, this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
place. Let's
Well, in the
100%.
notes, in the notes Octa gave me, actually, the tavern/inn, that was supposed to be empty.
No, completely empty.
I completely empty. I threw that out immediately. I was like, no, that's boring. Let me see if I can do something with this.
Like, just
Like,
have
the
a
moment
little.
you were going to the tavern, I was like,
it can be bare bones.
yeah, like
instead
the
of being
moment you were going to
bare
the tavern,
bones, there's
I
not much
looked
for you
at
to
the
get
notes for
there.
the tavern, and I was like, nah, let's see if we can do
It's
something
like-
with this.
Well, it'd be even more railroady if it was empty, because then
Yes.
it would
Yeah.
be like the only
thought that
thing we'd
too.
have to go on would be the baker woman. Why is she outside of a fucking empty tavern? You know
Which-
what I mean?
yeah,
like,
I
she'd
can-
be
Actually,
outside
that's a
of the
good
bakery.
point. I didn't even
So
think about
having
that.
the
Yeah.
tavern
I
have
didn't
something
talk to
in
you
it,
about this
Exactly.
now, actually. Like, there were a couple of hooks that were going to point you towards the bakery, but you picked up the bakery pretty quickly.
And I immediately am just like, this is a witch situation. She's stolen all the kids. They're getting fattened up down there. Oh my god. Boulder's paranoia was
There-
on fire.
there-
Hansel and Gretel.
There was another thing that you could have done in the bakery, which was you could have
Boulder's
tried
paranoia.
to cast Detect Magic, and you would have discovered everything in the bakery is magical. Especially the
That would make
Patries.
sense too.
You two got hexed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
any of us
once you
have
said
detect-
that,
Oh
once
my
you
God.
started bringing up all these people were bringing up the case, I was like, yeah, we just screwed up. We should not have eaten those pastries.
When you said how good they were, and then how bad the ale was, I'm like, this shit's fucked.
Oh, they're fucking delicious.
But
Uh,
Boulder doesn't care. Boulder's committed.
Also, I did love playing Pappy as a Adventurers Guild member who isn't good aligned.
Yeah, I noticed that right away.
They're not all that great.
Yeah, adventurers are the problem. Uh,
Who needs saving when you can do it yourself?
but
No,
yeah,
that's what the Wild Whirlwinds are out there doing.
Yeah, isn't it like currently they're doing it
Yes.
in the
This is happening the
timeline?
same time as the Campaign 1 story.
How do you mark a roll as something that you're gonna make when you type it
I
in?
feel like this is somewhere around, like, definitely after the Tower of the Elders. But
Yeah,
like,
because
the Dragon Crisis is in full swing.
yeah, because Pappy is supposed to like before the Tower of the Elders, the siege of the Undercity for the Wizard City, like that happens.
Yeah.
And Pappy is, the candy store owner. So, when the siege of the Undercity happens by the Lich Arcanist Xanthras the Ascended, like Pappy has to, scoot away and eventually becomes an adventurer. He was like kind of an adventurer, but just kind of stopped. But
He's on a trial
Yeah.
period.
yeah, he's
I
Maybe
didn't
launched up.
realize the paranoid icons.
Wow.
Those are the fear icons. I'm just saying, like, Boulder's
Oh,
very
yeah,
paranoid, and so I did a paranoid check.
You can remove
Anyway.
those.
Yeah,
Yes, you
figured
did.
as much.
Also, can I just say that
Yeah.
Toll the Dead, while it's a really good cantrip, those rolls were busted. It is just 2d12, which is typically like
And you got 20
Level
out
10.
of 23.
I want to.
yeah.
I would also like to point out, guys, calm down. You're fighting a sea hag, all right? Her AC is 14 and her hit points are 52. You demolished her.
I
As
legitimately,
I want
I part of me for the first fight was going to was gonna just go wild and
That one was
So-
scripted. She was going to get away.
Oh wait, do I get my arrows back?
Yeah, sure. You can pluck those
we're
out.
counting arrows.
Okay. I used 2 arrows on the hag, but they didn't hit.
Yeah, you can
Uh,
Oh,
pluck those out of the wall
there.
or the water.
Anyway,
wherever.
Thank you for running session. I was glad to be a part of it. I am gonna
Real quick,
go. Yeah.
Steve, real quick. You
Yeah.
around next Wednesday so we can finish?
Sure. I am like I'll have to check. I think so, but I'll have to play it by ear.
Okay. Just get back to me when you can.
Right. Later.
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 All right, Eric. How'd you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
This wasn't bad actually. There are things I was actually shocked that you gave us leeway on, because I was expecting like investigation checks or like say athletic checks when we went out the window. So I was
Oh,
very
no,
shocked you were
it's-
kind with
It's
that.
just a window. Combat had ended.
Okay. That's fine enough. Like, I am shocked that you're just doing not crit fails on every roll, unlike previously where I know Steve just had crit fails on attack rolls.
What?
So I am shocked to see that, but otherwise,
I mean,
Yeah.
some DMs do that, so I guess it
I
just
just-
depends on the DM.
yeah.
What
I
are
guess
you
that makes
talking
sense.
about?
How
You did
when
it.
we investigate something and how you have
Yeah.
us roll another d20.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like,
No,
with
yeah, I
Garfield
liked-
and
I liked what Steve was doing with that. That was fun. Mine are just gonna be like more fun though. They're not gonna be so detrimental.
Well, it's
Okay.
just normally it's for attacks because you have to, because it's to see how much they fucked up if they
Yeah,
drop
yeah,
their
no,
weapon,
like
stuff
you
like that.
you
Uh,
rolled a nat
Otherwise,
one.
you're having us roll for all of our nat ones just to see if something ridiculous can
Yeah,
happen with it.
Like
We do
you
that.
investigated the cat, and
Some
now
DMs
you've
do
discovered
that.
you're allergic to cats.
He's like, "Fuck me."
But anyways, yeah, the session wasn't that bad. It actually flowed really well.
Fantastic.
Like, it was snappy. It was very snappy. Got to place really fast, despite the fact that we're still not done with it. So I'm still
Yeah,
interested with it.
you have you still have this floor to go. You can see. Oh, actually, can you see down that hallway?
I can see
All I
down
know
this
is
hallway. I
can't
can't see
Orc.
down this
Orc
hallway.
is invisible on
Yeah.
my end.
Yeah, you can kind of see that that it goes off in this direction as well. So you'll have options next time.
Uh-huh.
But why is Cork?
Always nice to have multiple routes to get to a destination to me because it makes it more interesting.
What was your question, Shane?
Why is Cork invisible?
What?
He's not.
I'm not. I'm definitely right here.
Until you moved, you were invisible on my end. I could
What?
not see you there. Yeah, your picture was gone. I could only see the blessed symbol. It's the only reason I knew you were there.
That's...
Yeah, I don't know. That broke, but the minute it was moved, I could see it.
Also, we finally get to show off the new dark vision effect.
I'm
everything
trying to
is-
think which character would not have it, and I'm thinking
both
it's
of you have
probably...
it.
Yeah, I think
imagine
Dusk
it's
is
the
the only
halfling
one
that
here
doesn't.
that does not have it.
Actually,
Or
it's
maybe
Dusk.
Dusk.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dusk.
Dusk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I was
Goliath,
right. Dusk
I
was the
wouldn't
only one.
imagine
Okay.
having it. I
Dusk
didn't know
does
what. I didn't remember what. A half what. That.
I'm assuming
halfling.
halflings have dark visions. I know that orcs and elves have half vision for sure.
Wait, right.
just
Sorry,
checked.
it's a halfling. For some reason I kept thinking like a half something and half something else, but
hobbit.
no, it's a halfling.
It's a hobbit.
Yeah.
I'll check to make sure.
Yeah, what they have it. But
Thanks,
yeah,
Tolkien.
Goliath, I don't think need it.
Yeah, thanks,
Sure.
Tolkien. Even though they didn't have dark vision in Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I'm really proud of that effect.
Yee.
Halflings do not have dark vision.
I'm going for a lot of really dark, brooding presentation with this new campaign and the like.
I mean, I am liking the maps.
I put a lot
I like all the
into
dead
maps.
bodies.
Especially this lair. I love this map. This is great.
I mean, I love it. It is full of just viscera and dead bodies and
Oh,
shit. And
it's-
I
It
love
just
it.
essentially
great.
tells you that the Lich means business, which is always a good sign. I think,
now you know why all those wagons were there, and all the people keep going missing. Where the
We're gonna be
children
the
are.
better, we're gonna be the better adventurers that aren't
It's
gonna be a part of the
also-
bot pile.
It's also pretty apparent at this point, I'd say, it's people. Those pastries are people.
I
Oh.
knew it.
Oh, so it was indeed me. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Shane was on top of me the whole goddamn time.
Yep. I'm really good. I know you very well, and I
Oh,
think
it's
our
great,
minds are
yeah.
on the same track.
Okay.
Even though Octi
Well,
helped me write it.
I think that'll be it for me. I'll be
Alright.
going now.
Fantastic.
Good
Have a
session.
good one.
Bye.
Shane, what did you think? Questions, comments, concerns?
Well, for your first time, I think you did very well.
Thank you.
Like, I've had many a different DM, and as a first time, like, this was very good. I'm very happy with how you're doing
Yeah.
it. And, things will get better as they go, because obviously none of us are going to be perfect our first time, but this went really well, and I know you're going to be just fine with, getting more of the hang of it, getting better. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I do want to point out to the audience at home, this was my first time DMing, like, ever.
Yeah, and and you got a lot of pointers and stuff, which really helped for it being
Yes.
your first time and everything. So, you got a really good start to it instead of going in raw like that. That shit can really fucking suck. But no, you got a good I can tell how many good pointers you got and how much information you took in to be more prepared for this, and that's really good. You did very well for a first time because you weren't going in blind, and that lets me know that you'll be able to continue to take in any kind of information from other DMs and stuff, and just things that you see of people DMing, and you'll put it to use, and it'll help you be a good DM and get even better.
Yeah.
And as we do more and campaigns progress and stuff, and you see how things are going, and you have to handle the different situations we may put you in, because that's a big problem. Well, not a problem, but just kind of the way the game is. Usually, it's the players or the DM that's at the mercy of the players, because the players will do the stupidest fucking shit for no reason. We all know we do it. All of us as players, we know we fucking do it. So it's to be expected. So we'll be being curveballs for you without even trying to be. But I'm sure you'll roll with the punches.
Yeah, no. Like I said, the tavern.
Like
that
us not leaving the barkeep alone. Just answer me. And he's like, bro, I have nothing else to say to you.
Yeah, that
But
tavern
it was
com-
understandable. There wasn't supposed to be a whole lot in it, so he really didn't have anything else to say. So it was like, okay, we can move on now.
Yeah,
but it still
the
gave
tavern
us something...
keeper is innocent, though.
Well, yeah, and plus it was like still a situation of it's good thing that it wasn't empty, because if it was empty, we would have just gone straight to that fucking bakery because sketch as fuck.
Yes.
Like really, really sketch. Like that makes no fucking sense. So we clearly, would have done that, but having that moment where we could go into a tavern, because what kind of place is a town with people and has an empty fucking tavern? Taverns are like the main hub of any town. So you wanted to have things in it, and it made it so we weren't completely railroaded, because we got to take some time to like, hey, where are we? What what is the name of this place? And you got to tell us about it and stuff like that. I don't imagine the hag would tell us a whole lot, but the barkeep was able to tell us, like, oh yeah, this is a mining town, so let us know that there's a there's a mine, and then we have discovered the mine that has been taken over by hags. Like it really adds to that flavor and didn't completely railroad us. But we were able to discern from what was going on, like, oh yeah, this sketch is fuck, but I know I'm playing this character as super fucking paranoid.
Yeah,
So
and,
he's assuming everything is evil.
Yeah, and like the history of the town too. I pulled that off of an actual town. There was some rich guy that saw the desert, the Mojave, and was like, well, that's just perfectly good land for a city. And he bought up all this land and he built it, but no one came. There is actually a town out there that has so much land and they don't know what to do with any of it. But they keep it anyway because it leaves them a lot of space to expand. And it's a tourist thing.
Come to the place where there's fucking nothing.
This is real.
It's like the abandoned gold rush things from way back when, where they'd be like, there's gold in them hills, and they would just build a town out of nowhere, but the minute it was like, oh, we're not finding gold anymore, they would just become abandoned, and they'd be like small, pathetic excuses for like towns.
Yeah,
like with barely anything, like one strip of buildings. You know? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it was all inspired off of that. I think it was a Tom Scott video, but it wasn't on Tom Scott's channel, so...
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love mining towns too. Also, I just wanted an
I
excuse to do an abandoned mine.
I love murder pit areas. Like whenever I go into games and I find areas like this where it's like, look, corpses, piles upon piles of viscera, skulls and shit.
Look at all these corpses.
Look at the different kinds of corpses. You have the ones that are still completely full intact. You have the ones that are just slowly halfway to becoming skeletons, ones that are just in pieces. Like, I'm all about super gory like areas and whatnot. But that's just the horror and spooky lover that I am. So going into these kinds of places, I fucking love it.
Yeah, this was where the real Halloween-y stuff was going to kick in.
The minute you had us go to this map before it even loaded, as you were describing it before we saw it, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be a murder pit. And sure enough, it loaded, and I was like, yes,
yes,
put me in the murder pit.
Let's fucking go.
Literally, that's me.
Yeah, you're gonna have some fun down here.
Being super paranoid and swinging myself at everything.
Well, I mean, you guys got through the Sea Hag fight without taking a single hit, so...
Yeah, facts. Well, Dusk is a fucking champ, so...
Jesus Christ, Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead again.
That's too powerful.
Hey, when the rolls are right, the rolls are right. It's like Fireball. Overpowered as shit and you can get it early on, but there's a lot more detriment to a fireball.
Oh boy, the other hags aren't much wiser.
By the way, I almost lit the bakery on fire.
Wait, when did that happen?
No, I said I almost did. I realized that as a bonus action, when I'm already raged, because I chose Storm Herald again, because I'm a Storm Herald again, but I chose a different storm. I chose desert instead of sea and everything. So long as it's not on a person or something, it's not something somebody is holding or is wearing, like things like that, I can just touch something and set it on fire. That's flammable. I was gonna touch the counter she was on and set it on fire.
I'm melting!
I was just gonna set that shit on fire, but I'm like, no, there's probably more to this, or who knows. I don't think I should burn this down, so I decided against it.
I'm melting!
Otherwise, I was going to set shit on fire. So it's kind of like how my Storm Herald in the previous one, my C one, I could electrocute things
Yeah.
and whatnot, and had resistance to electric, like lightning-based things, electric. In this, I am resistant to fire, and what is it? I can set things on fire when I'm raged.
Huh.
So long as, you know, the person isn't holding it or wearing it, and it's flammable, I can just set something on fire.
I'm looking at my notes for this map. Not the map. The bakery was not made by me, but the hag lair. There's the sea hag line, and once you cross it, you activate that encounter.
I get you.
Oh, and apparently the girl in the cage was supposed to be like, "It's people."
Nice.
Hag
I mean, it would make
pastries is
sense.
people.
Which is okay. After Boulder learns this, he takes the pastries out and like chucks them in the water.
Good. The sea hag pool, as it's called on my notes.
Yes. Throws them in the water and like sees what is it? Other hags come up for it like fish. Just tossing bread to the fish.
Yeah, there are no fish in there.
Nope, I wouldn't think so.
It's just a flooded mine.
Mm-hmm. That's gotta be some murky ass fucking mineral filled water.
Oh, it's fucking dark.
It'd be hard to
and
breathe that shit.
Even worse is, you know that shit ain't drinkable. It's stagnant.
Well, no, like, also it's a mine that is gonna be full of, like, minerals and probably other, like, gross-ass shit from the mine. Like, a lot of probably, like, soot and other things. It's probably super, like, just dense and thick under there. It's probably hard for anything with gills to breathe in there easily.
I didn't put much
Unless
thought into
they're
the
just
town either.
I like the art style of the hill specifically. I was looking at it and I'm like, it's adorable.
It is quite cute. I also like the new effects that
Well,
went into this, because the fog rolling around and...
Oh yeah, it took me a moment to realize that the fog was rolling around because of it's a little hard to see depending on where
Yeah,
you're
it's a-
looking. I can see it on the cobble.
This one's
lot
a little
easier than
hard.
elsewhere.
I think the windmill, it appears a little bit better. If the map will load.
I mean, it loaded. I
There
didn't
it
see it
goes.
on this, but like on the main map, it's on the cobble. I can see the fog.
Yeah, you could see it a little bit better here.
Wait, outside?
Yeah.
My character's inside. Sorry. Oh yeah, here I could see it just fine. Yeah. Go back there.
Mondays, am I right?
It's a Tuesday.
Well, whatever. I'm a cat. I don't tell time.
You think I pay attention? Every day's a fucking Monday to me. Time means nothing. It is a humanoid construct and just walks away.
I mean, meow.
I mean, yo.
Are you a cat?
I'm a kid. Yo.
Yeah, these aren't.
I like
loading
how
now.
I like how this is the most just elegant corpse.
I think I know which one you're talking about, but the map won't load.
Well, yeah, the one with the big ass dress.
Yeah, the dress lady.
Yeah, it's a very elegant corpse. I'm zooming in on it. She looks almost like a porcelain doll,
I can't.
like with
get
the light
it-
skin tone and everything.
I can't get.
And
that
her
to-
hair is fabulous.
That's
Like you could use this as a dead body or as a woman sleeping.
That is
Like
one of
either
them-
one would work.
That is one of the more recent corpses to the collection. I know which one you're talking about.
Well, yeah, it's got the giant floofy dress, but that's definitely like with that hair and everything, and the way she looks, that could easily be like recently dead corpse, like that you'd find in like a capsule or some shit, or it could be like a person sleeping. Fabulously, I might add. That hair on point. That hair, fabulous. I'd even look closely at some of these other ones.
Man, I wish you
Some
could
of them
s-
just have a lack of face. I like the meaty ones too.
Wish I could see it.
It's weird that you can't. Meanwhile, Giuseppe just came in while I was looking at one of the corpses, just appeared out of nowhere, and I'm like,
Giuseppe has stats, you know.
he's a champ.
All his stats are 20, hit points 500, armor class is 30, movement is 500 feet.
Go, Giuseppe! Get him!
Because he's like a god character, you can't fight him.
He's a god because he tests wall. He's like it's like he's a person who can switch planes and shit, and so he's just like going between planes just to make sure everything is functioning.
Right now, try it. And that didn't work. I'll get it fixed, but I'll get it fixed
Yeah,
by
weird.
next week.
Meanwhile, I see everything just fine.
Yeah, I'll get it fixed by next week, don't worry.
Yeah. Otherwise, no more thoughts from me.
Alright, cool. Well,
Oh shit! Wait, what?
what?
I can right click on something and do apply damage, apply healing, and apply half damage.
I guess?
What? I right clicked on the finished roll, and those are options. The fuck?
Huh.
That's so cool. Why didn't I just do that?
We are going to be bringing in some new modules.
Wait, I want to see if this applies to my character.
One of which I
or not.
think can do that.
Oh shit! It works. Let me just apply healing instead, so it goes back up. Yeah, that's so cool. I can just do that. That's so easy. You just go based on the roll,
And so you could heal.
and even has to take half damage and stuff.
I didn't say you could heal. I think you... Aside from Poppy, who got insulted, I think you're the only one that took damage.
Yes. Also, why won't it let me do it now? Oh, now it will. It was just being weird. But yeah, we can just do that with the rolls on the side of the page. It's so cool.
Right.
I think that's easier.
So we will try to
I'll
finish
fix
this
it
up
next
next
time.
Wednesday.
It should be available.
Yes. Hopefully. We'll see what Steve says.
Yeah.
It's down to him. I would
Eric-
like to finish this before the year is out, though.
Oh yeah, of course. I understand.
All right.
We can try.
So with that, we're going to bring Conversation Castle to an end. Thank you guys so much for listening. If indeed you
Yee.
still are. Have a good night.
Are you out there?